So I'll be with you in a moment, guys. So for those that have found the live video online, could you just let me know in the comments that you can hear the sound okay before we get going? Yeah. Just shout out a little message for me, guys. Okay. Thanks, Melissa. So we're gathering 5 of us, 6 of us today to work with the energies of the the prelude to the energies of the Scorpio full moon, working with the energies of deep transformation, for healing, for, I guess, revealing of the subconscious mind that has been energies that have been pushed down, and that is also energies that have been pushed down not only in our own organism, our own lineages, but also in the collective field as a whole. So we are here gathered today in, I guess you would say, ceremony, protected and guided by the higher angelic realms of Archangel Michael. Clearing the space, clearing the energies of this temple space, if you will, this sacred space that we are gathered in, both online, offline, to harness this energy, to work with it for our own evolution, spiritual clearing, and unveiling of truth at a deeper level for ourselves, and for the unveiling of the veils within the collective field also. Yes. So take a breath and breathe down into your belly. And out with a little sound. And firstly, we welcome Merlin into the space. His violet ray. His beautiful, beautiful expanded heart energy. And he's coming through to support us, releasing and purifying the conduit, the vessel, the sacred space within. This is working with the lower body essence. So we would say the base chakra, we would say the sacral chakra, but then the unification of the two lower chakra chakras of the physical body, very much around the survival matrix that has been triggered and released and bubbled up within the collective, within our own matrix, within our own lineage at this time. And he goes back to our seed point within our life, this life, our birthing point. And he comes through with the knowledge that a lot of our patterning, of course, is karmic. And we have inherited this through our soul contract and our matrix through many lifetimes. But there are specifics that he's wanting to work with us that we took on in the womb. This lifetime. So we go back. We go back to that moment within our mother, this life, where we chose. We chose, even if it is not in our conscious awareness, we chose the family system, we chose the mother, we chose the lessons to work with this life. And some of these lessons were pre-contracted before we were in inception, was activated. So what we took on as a young being within the womb was the energies of our mother's lineage, the emotions of our mother, the feeling sense of the world. And for many of us, our experience of being in that amniotic fluid was not entirely safe. Not entirely safe. Now, so and this is not because of any of anything in particular, other than her own emotional state of it at the time, her own emotional state at the time, the state of the world at the time, and the state of her experience having a child, which is in the context of also her lineage and past lives. But all that being said, there were essences, energies, and beliefs that we took in. And one of the primary ones that we would say that is wanting to be unearthed from the Maya today is this sense that you have to shrink yourself for you to be safe. You have to shrink your energy. You have to shrink your life force. You have to shrink your essence. Now, this was not necessarily intentional, of course. And of course, this also ties into the Christ timelines. Yes. The Christ timelines and being afraid to express our spirituality at all levels, for fear of persecution, even death. Yes. So this is the survival matrix. This is the survival matrix at the core of every being that is being asked to be unveiled from the subconscious to the conscious. So that you are freed from these lingering beliefs that are deep in the psyche, that are ready to be dissolved out of your lower chakras, so that you may be free at last free at last to express yourself without fear of repercussion in any form, in any form, in any form. So let us now work with the lower two chakras to release what is necessary to release so that you may be free to expand your light, to expand your life force, to expand your being. We ask Merlin and the wisdom of the ancient druid lineage to come forth. The book of the violet ray. The book of the violet ray to be opened in your Akash. That it may be opened to your sacred page. And you may return now to the truth. Purifying your essence, returning to your original God spark. Releasing the survival lineage matrix that has been held in your lower two chakras now. And we're doing this for ourselves, but also the collective field. Jata de Gibo Gonda de Gabaraganda de Gabaraganda de Gabaganda de Gibadanda de Gabaraganda de Gata Shoto de Ganana Kipugo de Ganana Capugo de Gibadi Jado de Geshele Gado de Gibadi Shogunto Dondo de Gonda de Gibodonda de Gibada Karaka Shalabarka Paricota de Gabadi See the golden writing on this purified book from Merlin. It is a violet book of your Akash. And it is opening at your sacred soul signature. There is golden light on these pages. And it starts to dance and fly off the page, and it flies off the page into your heart space. And it anchors into your heart, sweet ones. Set yourself free, D. Set yourself free now. It was never yours to hold. Let it go. Let it go now, once and for all. No more pain. Release it from the joints. So we take a moment, we take a breath, we allow the energies to settle. So we are releasing energy, belief systems, ways of being that we inherited through the amniotic fluid. The decisions we made as a very young being, pre-verbal, that then shaped our life. Our belief systems and the way we present ourselves in the world. And Merlin is standing firm with his staff of amethyst. Slams into the ground. His heart open wide like a ever-loving father of humanity. And says, no more. No more will the people of earth be kept in separation from their source, kept downtrodden, kept hidden from their own light. So in this light of the pre-full moon in Scorpio, it is the perfect intentional timeline to release some of this deep cellular emotion that is held around us being vital and showing up in the world. So take a gentle breath. So he now draws our attention gently and lovingly to our ways of being in the world. Yeah? Jandara bargananaka. And he says, many of you learned so very early on that and he says this with great love, by the way. He says this with great love because he knows this channel is also included in this reference. Yeah? That maybe, just maybe, maybe, just maybe, we learned to be a little bit dramatic to get attention because one or both of our parents was just not so available as we would have liked. Yeah? Yeah. So he's working with our heart chakras now. He's working with the elementals, yes, to remind us that that we are enough, that our hearts shining gently into the world are enough, that we can let go of any patterning, any sort of emotional responses, any physical responses to life. We're wanting to release those strategies of seeking attention, seeking connection through like subtly, he says, without judgment, manipulation. But with kindness, he says it. So Goshantaragaraga, he is freeing us from our own shadow, in other words. He is freeing us from needing to be more emotionally big to get attention, to be smart to get attention, to whatever the story is, to be strong, to be weak, whatever. So these are releasing. It's almost like if you think about a computer, releasing corrupted code that sort of shifted us into a different way of being. Often in the subconscious mind, of course. So there's nothing to judge here. There's nothing to be unkind to self about. We are just exposing gently and with love the shadow in this Scorpio energy that is here. To release, and well, not necessarily release, bring to awareness the patterning that is limiting our expression at this time of the collective soul evolution and our own individual. Yes. So, breathe now into your heart, sweet ones, as the emerald ray comes into your heart space to release, to open, to clarify, and release a veil that you took on very early in the womb. Go back now to that moment of inception. You were free. You were expansive. Yes, you came in with karma, but you were fairly neutral in that moment. And then there was a twisting against an energy that did not feel safe, a being that felt distressed. And there was a twisting and a manipulation of your being, even before birth, to what you thought was necessary to exist, to survive, not even to thrive. This is simply about being able to exist. So imagine yourself being almost drawn into a war-torn territory. Not that it was literally war-torn. Obviously, there are places that are right now, so we send them love and light through the releasing of this matrix. But this is where you feel deeply unsafe as a being for no reason to your conscious mind. But somewhere deep in your cells, you know that something's not right, and that you have to contort, maybe even twist your spine a little. And your heart moves inward a little. Your pelvis moves out of alignment so you're not too powerful. So we're asking for those energies, those patternings of survival to be released from your being so you can uncontort your spine just a little, D, at the sacrum area. That you can move the center of gravity of your heart space from further back in protection to just a little bit more at the front. So you may be a little bit more seen energetically, if that feels okay. And then we're asked to invite the mind, that beautiful mind, that beautiful energy of the mind, to relax out of the brainstem and drop into the heart. Whew. Ah, and you can say a little ah, maybe. Ah, that just right in this moment, in this space or this space at home, just for this moment, we're playing with the idea of anchored safety. Anchored safety. And for some that may feel a little foreign, or suddenly you might think, oh my goodness, I don't even know what that means. At a deeper level, I don't know what that means. And that's okay too. And that's okay, because then we have a place to work from and build up from. But this is deep within the collective field, this utter sense of lack of safety, and that life is just not, life is a survival. So we want to now release that from the lower body, yet again around the back of the sacral, around the lower base chakra, perineum floor. We're asking for these energies to come to the surface, to come for us to witness in ourselves, without judgment, with great compassion. Merlin still stands as the good father with a staff of amethyst to purify all that is ready to leave from your field. So receive this energy now. Receive this energy now. Ashkanta de Gebedika Boshonta de Kibatakana de Kibatika Batanaka. Jabatuta de Kibatakata to Bodo de Gebodo de Kibatakanta de Ki, Janta de Kiputanta de Kipukanta de Kiputanta de Ki, Gente de Kibatakanta, Janta to Kobogo de Kibakantarika, Janta Janta Jabokoto, Jabototo, Shabototo, Shabototo de Gitatarka, Shabototo de Gitatarka, Shanta da, Jedete, Burrun de Gibakantarka, da, Janta da Kipet, Janta da Kipet, Shanta da Kit, Pocoto de Kadaraki, Shanto Toto. Janto to. Jototo. Release the perineum floor. Let it be settled further to the earth now. It is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. So just take a moment now to feel into that. Feel into that energy. Yeah. And just for a moment, Merlin steps back into the shadows, if you will. Steps back into the shadows. He may come back, but for now he retreats, and another being comes forward. Another being in golden light. Again, representing the good father, the protector. It is the energy of the Ascended Master, Jesua. And he's coming into the space with so much love in his heart for you, each of you. He is outstretching his arms in an offering of embrace, in an offering of love, and an offering of of deep reference to your journey, and soul evolution. And offering you a deep level of spiritual and cosmic protection. And this energy is to allow you to be cushioned in this golden light so that you may feel safe at a cellular level, especially the lower two chakras, to release out of deep holding patterns. These deep holding patterns come from a sense of spiritual isolation, often mirroring from an early childhood experience of feeling isolation, whether it was legitimate or whether it perceived by the eyes of the child. So these energies that are coming through his palm chakras, his heart and his third eye, this golden frequency, are to remind you that there is another way. That you do not have to feel disconnected from source, from yourself. That you are indeed free to be the magnificent soul that you are within the context of community, within the context of relationship, within the context of a love in your life, if that's what you desire. So he brings through this golden essence of atonement, we will call it. Atonement for the past. And this energy is specifically for those that have soul memory, cellular memory, DNA memory of the Christ timelines, whether it be Katha, Essin, or Gish Bidiguru, or the time of the crucifixion itself. That can be released from your matrix. Yes. That can be released. That it is safe now to let go of the deepest persecution threads that are held within your being. That you have held as battle scars, as wounds, as beliefs for so many lifetimes. But now he is breaking the chains of that cycle, breaking the golden threads that are holding it together within your subconscious mind, so that you can be free, freer than ever before, to express your soul with joy and happiness. Listen to this with your hearts. So allow yourself to rest into this golden light, the heart of Christ, if you will. Knowing that any energies of the sin matrix, any energies of feeling unworthy or undeserving of this divine light, are to be washed away from your energy field, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your base chakra. Then he is almost, it's like a golden wave of light just moving through you. A golden wave of solar plasma, high vibrational, holding much lightness, much joy, much freedom codex within it. So that it gently erodes the past, gently dissolves an old matrix, an old self-persecution matrix. And he says to you, each of you individually, bless you, warrior of light. Bless you for all that you have held this lifetime. Bless you for all those souls that you have touched this lifetime. Bless you for all that you have held for your lineage and beyond this lifetime. And he now outstretches his left hand, and a beam of golden source frequency emanates out of it, and it blasts into your heart space, freeing you to be just as you are, a child of light, innocent, holding the codes of the Christed ones within you. This is also releasing out the codes of the isolation energy, that you have to be afraid to reach out to community, that you have to be afraid to gather for the persecution that happened to the Cathars and the Essenes back in the day, or the followers of Christ. It is now safe. Know that within your heart. It's now safe to connect at a deeper level. Establish the old lineages again of the earth. Find your tribe. Find your real, true family of the Christed light. It is beginning. The new day is dawning. You are not alone anymore. Not a part of you. Not an old part. Not an ancient part, not a childhood part. It is all now freed with this cosmic golden light. Allow it to burn off what is left to burn off within your heart matrix now. Releasing shame. Releasing cellular shame from the sacral chakra at the same time. It's particularly for the masculine aspect, whether you're in a male body or your divine masculine aspect if you're in a female body. This is where the masculine aspect has felt shut down, disempowered, not safe to show up in your power. There is now time for you to embody that aspect in whatever orientation you are in as a being, and step up into empowered service, whatever that means to you. It could be just emanating the source energy through your day and your field. It could be being a practitioner of some sort, a group's facilitator of some sort. Whatever it is for you individually, you will know. We're working with this fire quartz butterfly, a symbol of the masculine fire that is wanting to emerge, the masculine fire that's wanting to emerge, to empower you, to transform these old places of fear of being seen at a deep level. That is now safe. Yes, this is all about safety, my friends. It's safe to arrive. It's safe to arrive in your being at a new and more profound level. Are you okay, my love? Do you want some water? Okay. Yeah. You might want to just have a little of that, yeah? And you can pass it around if you like. Yeah. So, we're just working with this fire, the fire of transformation. Yeah? The fire of transformation. Yeah. So this energy coming in now, and it's a burning and an activating and an igniting of the sacral chakra, releasing deep guilt, shame, and self-persecution. Yeah, this is self-persecution. Yes, where you have felt that it wasn't safe externally. It wasn't safe externally, or your survival was at risk. So rather than risk being, I guess, annihilated by another, you volunteer to do it for yourself. You silly sausage. so now, I include myself in that reference. And so now we're going to release some of that old energy. Old energy of self-deprecation, can we call it? Okay. It's good to laugh. So focus on this sacral, yeah. Okay. So now a lot of this goes back to the persecution and the crucifixion of Christ here. The deep feelings held from the disciples at that moment. The guilt, the shame, and the absolute severe survival that kicked in after his crucifixion. We are now asking to release it from our own fields and the field of the collective consciousness, so that you may be free to express your spiritual charge, your spiritual light, your spiritual power, if you will. No. So release it now from the lower two chakras. Taking a breath, knowing that you have ignited your own fire within, the fire quartz frequency, the power of transformation. Burning away old energies, old belief systems, old resistances, old injunctions placed upon you. The restoration of faith, the restoration of trust in a higher connection, a restoration of trust in yourself. Bashkipo kutia panana shalapakatia pukunoshi. Shipatipo kututuko kono kono. Shabatana naka parkana naka. Shabatutu tututu. Shabatutu tututiki panana naka patana naka. Shabatipo kono 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 kono. Oyo no, oyo no no, oyo no no. Thanks, Melissa. Oyo no 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 kono. Native. Tutututututututu. So just allowing that to settle for a moment. Allowing that to settle. And now, Jesua starts to fade in your vision. Starts to pull his energy back from the space. And you are, you're for a moment left to be with your own energy, to feel yourself shifted, lifted. Tubushanana. Old energies dissolved, released. A purity arising within your core, your heart, and your matrix. This is a returning to your original light, a returning to your original spark, essence, before everything else was kind of put on top of it. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So we take a moment now as Merlin comes back for a final little bit of shenanigans before we complete. We're about 10 minutes off completing. Not too much more, Dee. And he carries with him a violet skull in his hand this time. Just like this little lepidolite skull, yeah? And it's a very cute skull, yeah? Very chatty, you know? And it's full of joy and happiness. And it is a purifier, but also a seer. A seer. So this skull has the power to see through the veils of illusion, the veils of the subconscious. So when this skull comes into contact with you energetically, if it feels safe, of course, and comfortable to do so, when you look into the skull eyes, it shows you a pure reflection of yourself without any distortions. You see the angelic light being that you truly are. The wisdom and the essence you embody from behind the Maya of the subconscious. So now imagine gazing into this crystal skull eyes and receive a soul truth about your being, about your purpose. You may have a vision, you may have an energy, you may have just a knowing. But as I work with this final piece of light language, or maybe not, maybe second last, receive this energy as a blessing and a mirror of yourself. So many of us were not mirrored to enough as young ones because of whatever reason or other. So our sense of self is a little fragile, should we say, or distorted in the negative, should we say. So this is coming back to the purity of who you are, not what you got told, not what you believed later on because of what happened to you in life, or other lives, the lineage karma that you hold for your family and Christ timeline, the Merlin timeline. All of this now been dissolved out of your energy field. So you see the purest truth of who you are, the purest light of who you are, just for a moment in this beautiful pre-full moon expansive energy in Scorpio, the magical and mystery transmission. Jibatik Patikamatandan, the Parikamukuti, Parikanta, 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 Shalapatikut, Tikati, Patanta, Patikantaki, Titipukutanta, Parikuti, Tikanta, Parikantaki, Shalapikianta, Patikanta, Kututikataka, Shalapatanta, that is soak into your cells, soak into your DNA. Activate your Akash. Remember the truth of your being. Feel a lightness, feel a sense of relief, feel maybe even a little bit of joy bubbling up. And then finally we work with the unicorn frequency. This is a rainbow aura, clear quartz unicorn. We're working with the rainbow ray. And this is just to anchor in, now that we have released, opened, dissolved, unified, and accepted ourselves at a deeper level. This is just a beautiful rainbow ray light energy essence to wash through your field, to bring in a lightness, a joy, a purity of spirit, so that all that has been released does not weigh you down, bog you down, but it is simply dissolved away with grace and ease and carried on the wings of the rainbow unicorn. Open your hearts to the rainbow ray. Your energy is now settling. Your energy is now settling, feeling a sense of peace, of grace, of stillness coming over your body, paying our respects, our humble thanks and gratitude to the Ascended Masters of Merlin, of Jesua, the magical unicorns, the violet skull, the violet book, the purification, the violet ray, Archangel Michael. Protecting us for the entirety of this transmission, keeping nefarious energies blissfully unaware of this process, that we are held in the highest light of transformation for not only our own personal ascension, but the ascension of the planet. Gifting all through the soles of our feet to the earth, through the palms of our hands to the trees. Taking time after this session to ground in whatever way feels supportive, and taking a time to release out of the energy of the transmission and come back. You might want a salt bath, you might want to walk on the earth, or go in the ocean. Let yourself be a little dreamy if you can. If you have the freedom to do that in your day, allow yourself to be a little spacey as these energies work with your energy field. You will soon come back into a new integrated aspect and feel grounded again. Do not fear. If there are energies that then bubble up in the next 24 hours of an emotional nature, please allow yourself to just let them move through. They're just energies releasing. If you feel to connect with me further for support, you can do that through Messenger. The next live transmission I will be doing is the Silver Dragons transmission. That will be in Byron Bay on Saturday morning. I will also stream that live in a private group. If you're interested in that transmission, you can private message me. So, taking the greatest care, I'm wishing you well on your full moon in Scorpio. I think it's about 3 a.m. Is it about 3 a.m.? 3 a.m.-ish in Australia time, East Coast time. So check out that time for you wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to finish the Facebook Live now. Please feel free to tag and share people. And I'll be in touch very soon. Have a beautiful day.